on talking with Koby Paulsen and Kyle Emery from the Carroll boys golf team as they look like they're going to take second place. Still working on results, but look like a second place finish out of the Raccoon River Conference meet here today. We'll start off with a guy to my left, Koby Paulsen, who shot a 79 here today. Koby, how did you feel like things went for you?
I really didn't feel like I played that well. I wasn't hitting the driver very well off the tee, but got her done somewhat. So.
Where did you start today?
I started on 1.
Okay. Slow start for you with the driver right away, or was it more as the day went?
More as the day went. I think I was 1 under through 4, and I took a double and then a triple. Ended up shooting 3 over on the front, so that wasn't terrible. But
fought back from that on the back 9?
Yep. No. Kinda. Shot a 40 on the front, just 3 over, and I shot a 39 on the back, which is 5 over. But
okay. Did it get to you a little bit, those back holes on the front, or were you able to kind of wash that out of your mind pretty quick?
Kind of use that as motivation. After my triple on number 6, I birdied, then bogeyed, and then birdied. So.
Okay. Those 2 birdies your best holes today, or what did you feel like you were best holes?
Yeah, I'd probably say my birdie holes, number 7, number 9, and number 18.
Take us through those 3 birdies if you can.
Number 7, hit driver, went a little bit right, but wasn't terrible. Hit a gap wedge up to about 50 yards, knocked it about 8 feet, and made my putt. Number 9, putt my drive is probably about 40 yards out, knocked it up to about 8 feet and made the putt. And then on 18, had about a 20-yard shot in, left myself about a 6-footer below the hole, and then made that.
Did you feel like you putted well?
Yes, I putted very well.
Strength for you today, or?
Definitely.
Okay, it sounded like you chipped pretty well too, inconsistent on that?
Kinda. I mean, I had my holes.
Okay. Par 3s, par 4s, par 5s, what did you feel better with today?
Definitely par 5s. I also birdied too.
Okay. What was it about the par 5s that you felt most comfortable with?
Just having that chance of laying up and having that next shot in. Feel a little more safe, I guess you could say.
Okay, you said you birdied 2.
Yep.
Take us through 2 here real quick.
I hit my driver. I was right of the hole. Way right, actually. Right of the green. Or right of the fairway. Left myself about a 180-yard shot into the wind. Hit a 5-iron, knocked it about 3 feet, made my putt. So.
Okay. Looking right now like your second place finish as far as the team.
Yep.
What are you thinking about that? Probably disappointed, I'm sure, not to get the championship, but overall happy with how the team did today?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, we'll use this as motivation going into sectionals on Friday. So just got a lot of work to do this week, and I really hope we can advance on to districts.
Well, I know you're already talking about playing with this guy over here, Kyle Emery, afterwards here today to get some more strokes in. Kyle Emery now joining us. Kyle, 83 if I remember right, or 84, how'd you shoot today?
Yeah, I did all right. It's just the wind really picked up as the day went on, and that affects you really physically and mentally as well. And just keep it on the grind is something that's really hard to do.
Where were you at when you noticed the wind was starting to pick up? What part of the course?
It probably wasn't until I hit hole number 13 that I really noticed the wind in my face pretty hard. I kind of limped my way through that hole, went out of bounds, and then really stepping on 14 tee box, that elevated tee, you can really feel the wind pushing on you, and that's kind of demoralizing, especially with the hole as long as that one.
How do you fight your way through that?
You just really, you try to hit your shots where you're going to leave yourself a good shot coming in. You try to leave your next shot in a good spot so you're not really hurting yourself too bad that way.
Where did you start today?
I ended up starting on hole 11. It was a pretty good start. I like that. I like starting on that side.
Did you feel like you were hitting the ball well right off of the bat this morning?
It usually takes a couple shots to really get into it, but after that, I was hitting everything pier, pretty well how I wanted to hit it. Just making judgments about the wind was a little tough.
Were you in the fairway pretty consistently?
Yeah, I hit the fairway a good amount of times, and what's nice is when you hit the fairway, you usually score pretty well out of it, so that was nice.
Irons work well for you today?
Yeah, my iron game has been a lot better than it has been in the past. I've made a couple swing changes on the range before the round, but through that, I really worked hard, and it ended up working out for me.
So you made some swing changes with your irons right before today. How comfortable with you were you when you walked off the practice range that day that it would work okay?
It's hard to make swing changes and really, step onto the tee confident about it, especially at such short notice. But, the way I've been playing, I had to do something. I had to do something to really change how I was hitting my irons, and it ended up paying out for me.
Which irons worked best for you today?
Usually my short irons, I'm pretty accurate when it comes about 150 yards and in. Those were pretty easy to rely on.
How'd you putt?
Started out, made a really nice 25-foot putt on 12. I really got the ball rolling. I was 1 under after 2. After that, when the wind really starts pushing on you, you're trying to sit still and be confident with your stroke. That's something that takes a really strong golfer to do that. That's something I struggle with. But overall, I probably hit some good putts.
How many birdie holes today?
I had a lot of chances at birdie, but other than 12, I think that was my only one. I had a couple lip outs for birdie, and that's hard to see, especially when you really need them. But I just kept on grinding for the pars that I could get. Just try to keep the score low.
What do you feel like you need to work on in the team as a whole heading into sectionals?
Heading into sectionals, as a team, we really need to make sure that everyone knows it's a team effort. Make sure everyone knows that they need to put some time in, outside of practice itself. Because 4 years, it's been a long time coming, and I think I want this just as bad as Koby does. And I think he could say the same, but we really want to make that move on from sectionals.
Well, I tell you what, guys, appreciate you joining us here today. Best of luck coming up.
Thanks, Jeff.